All right, everybody, welcome back to another trading battle. This is, of course, I don't even know how many times I've done this at this point. This has been an ongoing thing where we trade the post-Fed meeting. We just heard from Powell. He's still finishing up, but we heard the most of it. We had some interesting market volatility in both directions, really. Stock markets dropped, came back. Dollar index is up here today. In this episode of the trading battle, we've got two contestants who are going to be trading this head to head, talking about what we just heard from Powell and what it means for markets. So without further ado, I do want to just thank, of course, our sponsor here today. DNA Funded is the sponsor of the trading battle, helping to make this possible. And if you stick around, we are going to be doing some giveaways for DNA funded accounts. If you've been looking to get funded and you want a chance to get some free giveaways handed to you for a chance to win, stick around. Don't go anywhere. I will share more details on how you can take advantage of and potentially be the winners of our proud sponsor, DNA Funded, today, some free giveaways. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and start by bringing them right in. We're going to bring in our hosts. I'm sorry, not the host. I'm the host. Our battlers here today that are joining me for the trading battle. So first, we're going to just do a quick introduction to our very first one, Blake Morrow. Check it out. All right, so I am joined by the two contestants, but first and foremost, we'll say hello to Blake Morrow, who has over 25 years of trading experience, co-owner of a Dallas-based brokerage firm and Liquid Trader Technologies. He's also the CEO of Forex Analytics for over 8 years since inception. What's up, Blake? Good to see you again, man.
Hey, Nick, great to see you.
I'm glad that you're back, and you're fresh for another fight here, huh?
I'm ready, and you know what? We got the volatility to go alongside of it. The Powell gave us some unexpected volatility today, which is great. It's going to set us up for tonight's Trump-Xi meeting.
He definitely did. He spiced the pot a little bit. So we will definitely be trading that post FOMC commentary volatility, as everything seems to be moving right now. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and play our second contributor here today, Mr. Gary.
Oh, there we go. It's good to go ahead and just unmute yourself sometimes, right? Nick, how you doing?
I'm good, Gary. It's good to see you again, my friend. We've done like a million things together, so I'm glad to have both you guys on for what I think is going to be a good, clean fight. We'll take a look at some charts, some movements. Of course, Gary, you've also been in the game for over 30 years. You've traded all sorts of different things. You trade FX. We've had conversations about Bitcoin and gold and all sorts of different things. And you are a technical analysis expert with over 1,000 successful strategies over the years. Gary is dedicated to empowering traders with the tools and techniques they need to be successful in the Forex market. It's good to have both you guys on. I want to jump right into things because we've got a lot to do here. And before we get into our first challenge, maybe we'll start with maybe Gary here. We can just take a quick look at Gary's charts. Gary, following the FOMC commentary from Powell, we've seen some volatility in charts. Just give us a high-level overview of what you're seeing in the markets and your general thought process following the Fed meeting.
Yeah, so it's I think it's important to note here, and you mentioned here I'm a technical trader, and that's really what it is. The fundamentals are just, if you speak to a person that trades fundamentals and led by fundamentals, they will say that the market's technicals are led by fundamentals. I say the other way around. I say the technicals sort of set us up to what the fundamentals are going to do, and the fulfillment of the targets are really the fundamentals that drive it. But it's the technicals that really set up. So everything that's happening right now with the Feds now easing on interest rate. In fact, there was a hint of possibly 50 basis points. They only cut 25 basis points. I know Trump's been putting the pressure on to go cut, and it's been months since he's been doing that. And finally, the Feds are starting to cut. Now, what's really interesting is how the different central banks are doing different things. The Aussies kept their rates unchanged. They had actually inflation up a little bit. Canadians had inflation up a little. They cut this morning 25 basis point. So the Feds have no choice, even though the inflation numbers did increase a little bit. They have no choice to starting to cut interest rates. They have to do it. And you can see the market has maybe the market is a little more whipsaw today because they expected a little bit more. Maybe they were expecting 50 basis. But we saw a big downside move in Q this morning or this afternoon on the announcement. So the markets are moving crazy. Gold sold off. I mean, we're looking at a bunch of things that are happening, which is good for us.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, again, everything is on the move. And to your point about this large drop here, S&P 500 bouncing back, you've got central banks all over the world doing different things here. And even Powell in his commentary was a little bit split, or at least mentioning that the committee was split in some of their viewpoints on what to do next with interest rates. That is where the volatility is coming from, as people are trying to figure out which way we're going next with everything. Yeah, love the overview here, and of course we're going to get into more of your charts here as we get started into our challenges. But before I do, Blake, last time we talked, you were watching some currency pairs. What's top of mind here following the Fed commentary?
Well, first of all, I want to say that yeah, we're seeing some pretty good moves today. I want to somewhat disagree with what Gary said about fundamentals. I did a lot of trading for many years with a firm out of Greenwich and out of Florida. And these guys are like some of the best traders I ever met. And one thing that I've learned is when you have a macro reason to be buying or selling something, there's not a lot of technicals that are going to stop it. Anything, and I've been looking at charts for 30 years now. So anything you look at, whether it's a Fibonacci retracement or some extension or some trend line, it ends up being a speed bump if for the right reason. So what fundamental analysis does for me on top of technicals is it gives me conviction in whatever I'm doing. So if I know why I'm actually shorting the euro, if I know that, oh, wait, the Fed just opened basically shut the door or didn't leave it quite open for December like he just did today, then I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive in my positioning. And that can make all the difference in the world on my P&L at the very end of the day. And then, obviously, if I don't know why I'm buying or selling something and I have no real thesis of why I'm going to be doing something, I'm going to have a lot less conviction. So I'm going to take smaller positions so I don't get whipped around. And so I agree that technicals, I mean, price discovery is pretty much everything in the market. If price is moving, it's moving. If it's breaking levels, it's going to convince people that they should be doing something that they shouldn't have been doing previously, or they weren't thinking about in the future or previously. However, I love it when I can match technicals up with a fundamental reason, because it does give me conviction and it allows me to really size up what I'm doing on a much larger basis directionally.
I love that. I think it's a bit of a chicken versus the egg, or which one came first conversation, in my personal opinion, because I like what you said, Blake, and I think, Gary, you might agree with this too. The nice thing about macro or fundamentals is that it overlaid on top of technicals can add some more confluence. At the end of the day, I think that's the sort of middle ground of, is it totally useless? Probably not. Is it the only thing that matters? Probably not. Maybe the middle ground is to use a combination of both. Without further ado, we've got a lot to do. So let's jump right into our first challenge here, because I want to throw this back over to Gary after we play this quick clip showing challenge number 1. Check it out. All right, guys, so let's put it to the test. Talking about fundamentals or technicals, who leads, who follows. Gary, we just heard, again, a lot from Powell, and the dollar is certainly moving. Our first challenge here, pick between the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, and dollar ZAR. Interesting, you get the South African rand. That's Gary from South Africa, or some South African heritage there. Maybe you could trade that one if you wanted to. But either ways, pick one and go long or short. Defend your choice and trade. So of course you guys have what we're doing here live, guys. We are trading all the way through this session here. We're going to be placing trades. So Gary, take it away. What are we doing here?
Okay, so I'm going to throw back what Blake said, and this is what it is, right? When it comes to fundamentals and technicals. Now, when I looked at this chart, now I'm just going to go ahead and do this, right? I'm going to go ahead and close up the chart right here with this, clean up all the technicals, and I'm just going to look at the chart based on price action. price action is telling me what the markets are doing. I'm looking at price action is telling me where the price is going to go to, where the levels are going to go to. How it gets there will be caused by fundamentals. And so when I see the move right here and I see the market consolidating here and we see a fake out and it starts breaking structure and it starts heading north, that's not fundamentals telling me the market's doing. That's telling me technicals saying, hey, price is moving up. Yes, it can be supported by fundamentals, but I'm going to trade based on the technical setup because I trust it more than I trust technicals. Trusted more than I trust fundamentals, because fundamentals can be sometimes just immediate movement like we're having today, a lot of volatility. And then it could take weeks to play out and start moving in a direction. In the meantime, we want to start getting onto trades, and we don't have that time as an intraday trader. So when I look at the different pairs that you spoke about, the one pair that we've been focusing on and talking about is actually euro weakness. And we've been monitoring this upward move here, going back here. And we noticed that there was a couple of things. And this, again, was all set up based on technicals. And so what we had here is, and I got to pull up a tool here. I just forgot to pull my writing tool up here. What we had set up here is that we had the markets creating this big upward rally, and then price pull back into this area. And so we have to ask ourselves, why did price move back into this area? Why did we see price go back into this area? And it's because of this insufficiency here that price tapped into and then took off. And we knew that this is accumulation being formed right here. We saw a manipulation move towards a fair value gap, which is an insufficiency. And then price moved into distribution. It went past the distribution target. So we're currently looking for liquidity. The euro is looking for liquidity. This is a weekly time frame. And so and we have to remember there's 4 reasons why price moves, right? Price moves because it's hunting for liquidity, generating liquidity, and it's looking to rebalance insufficiency and rebalance equilibrium. So when we understand why the markets are moving, then we can understand that this means that price is trying to chase after liquidity up here. So what I'm saying is that overall price is going to chase after 1.23, but we're going to see some downside move because price is going to hunt for liquidity, because all this generated liquidity right here, price is going to, in order for it to move north, it's got to take out liquidity. And so it's going to it's going to hunt for this liquidity down here. So I'm going to say that the euro US dollar is going to be in a sell-off back down to these lows right here. So, and you can see the breakout point here. Price is going to come back down here, take out liquidity, look for a good fair value gap here to retest, bounce off, maybe on order block, and turn around here back up north. So I'm probably going to look for a sell on the euro US dollar. And we're talking about 4 days, right? We're not talking about is it 4 days?
Yep.
I think 24 hours.
Right here.
Oh, sorry. We're doing 24 hours and getting my battles mixed up.
Oh, is it 24 hours? Okay, then I got to break it down a little bit. I thought it was, yeah. So what I would do is, I would definitely look to sell, and it would be a short-term sell if we're looking at 24 hours. So we're not going to go down. So I'll probably load the lot sizes, chase after these equal lows because liquidity sits at equal lows.
Okay. Yeah. So looking to get bearish on the euro dollar here. And I'll give you a second here to place that trade. Gary, we'll come back to you, talk to you a little bit later about open positions. We'll be checking in throughout the stream here. So in terms of, what you were saying there about technicals leading, fundamentals leading, which one leads, it's definitely an interesting and age-old debate in trading land. And again, my personal opinion is I've met traders. You guys have plenty of experience, both of you. So I don't know that there's an absolute right or wrong answer, but rather that there's something for each person to kind of take away. I lean a little bit more towards fundamentals, give me some confluence. I think Blake in the same way. It sort of guides my trading. But at the end of the day, there are many different types of traders that have had success, and it's been cool to just come across them even on the trading battle just over this time. Just a reminder here as we get started with the battle. So these guys are placing their trades, they're putting on their positions, they're giving us a breakdown live here while we do this. And just a heads up, also, we are going to be giving away, I mentioned this at the top of the show, we are going to be giving away some DNA funded challenge accounts. Stay locked in, stay paying attention. We are going to be dropping those in the live stream chat. So don't go anywhere. We're giving away a bunch of stuff here today. And just so you know, we're also going to be doing a store-wide here, or DNA funded, I should say, is doing a store-wide discount that I'll give you some more details about in just a second. Before we get into that, before we do some stuff there, let's do this. Blake, how about you? You know, same prompt. We're talking about the dollar. What are you looking to do?
Well, you know, I'm going to join Gary, and it's not necessarily because I agree with him, but because I am looking at it technically and saying, you know, it's breaking down, it's breaking below some pretty key levels of support, and price action is pretty bearish. But there is a caveat tonight. Tonight there is Xi Trump meeting, and the thing I do want to mention about that is Xi hasn't said anything. Trump has said all sorts of things. He's very It's almost he's deafening, which is a little scary as we go into this high level meeting. Now, the reason why I was actually going to be getting long dollar yen, because I think dollar yen setting up a nice little bullish wedge. But I'd rather be short the euro, is just because if something does go wrong, I really don't know how the dollar is going to react. And you can see we're in a wedge here, and I think the market's probably a little confused. This high right here is when Takeachi was going to be leader of the LDP and become prime minister. And so those are matching those highs. In order for us to break out, we actually have to have a positive meeting from China and the U.S. tonight. And Trump's going to spin it positively. It's what does China say about the meeting? So if it is upended, and let's say it doesn't work out the way the market is assuming it's going to work out, we might actually see some dollar strength on the heels of that, which is just going to add to this euro weakness. So I'm going to actually short the euro. I think the price action is pretty bearish while you're staying below this triangle resistance. If you're looking for 24 hours, I think in 24 hours we're trading at a 115, lower 115 handle. So I think that's the way I just want to trade it. Although if I was sure about what's going to happen this evening, I'd be actually getting long dollar yen instead. But I just don't feel that way right now. So in other words, I'm just going to get short here.
Now, Can he go the same direction as me? I'm just throwing out there.
He can, but here's the thing. The thing is sizing, right? Because if you both took euro dollar short, who takes the bigger size? Who's more confident in their trade kind of plays a piece in there too. So it's almost like who gets it even more right on euro dollar, even if you're in the same direction.
Well, it's good to know.
Gary, if you add, I'm adding. If you add, I'm
I'm
adding.
waiting.
So if you add, I'm adding. I'm just kidding.
I'm watching you with that lot sizes too.
I love it. We kicked it off in the right direction with the fundamentals commentary. We got things spicy off the rip.
Absolutely.
So that's great.
Look,
and
can I say something, Nick? Can I say something?
Yeah.
I 100. I've been doing this for. I got on my first trading floor was at block trading in 1996. I mean, look, I've seen traders. There's 1,000 ways to skin the market. My way is not the right way. Gary's way is not the right way. It's right for him. What I do is right for me. There's so many different ways to make money in the market. So we all have different approaches.
That's true. That's true. And before we move on, because we've got so much stuff to get to, Blake, thanks for breaking that down. By the way, we have, of course, President Xi, President Trump stuff that is up on the cards too, in combination with a post-Fed commentary. I mean, we've got markets that can move big time here. So it is important discussions that we're having here. Speaking of which, just part of how awesome these streams are, we're going to be doing a giveaway really quick. So let's go ahead and do our first giveaway here. So here's what's up for grabs, and here's how you, the audience, can grab it. Now, this is first come, first serve. So get your typing fingers ready here. We are going to be giving away a one-phase challenge. A 5K coupon code is going to be dropped in the chat, and a QR code is going to pop up on the screen here. And this is first come, first serve. So grab this in the chat. It's going to be popping up here in just a moment. Scan the QR code that you see bottom right hand of your screen to get access and grab that the voucher that you can see. It's in the chat right now. It's a 5,000 one-phase challenge, and the code has just been dropped. Grab it. First come, first serve. Totally fair game to whoever can get it. So there is your first of a couple free giveaways. And if you get it, congratulations. If you don't, stick around. We got more for you. Speaking of more, we're going to go ahead and roll right on in to our second challenge. Also, in case you don't win, let me just also remind that this is the Trading Battles birthday offer. I didn't even realize or I hope you guys are excited as I am about the trading battle. I mean, some of us, all 3 of us have been doing trading battles for a while. We're fans of the show as much as we are, participants. But the trading battle's birthday is also allowing 30% off all challenges for the next 72 hours. So take advantage of the DNA funded offers sponsoring a trading battle today. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and roll right into challenge number 2. Blake, you're up first this time. We did Gary first last time. So let's go ahead and roll the prompt for challenge number 2. All right, the hardest market in the book, at least last time that was the common conversation, especially with all the uncertainty. Blake, oil, long, short, whatever you want to do with it. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to get long. This inflation trade or no inflation trade. I know where West Texas producers like really start to suffer. And I know where the current administration is really not going to let us get below is the mid 50s. And technically we set up perfectly actually over the last couple of days. I wish you would have given me this earlier, but that's all right. We have an inverted head and shoulder pattern. I do look at technicals. They have to match up with my view. I know that everything that I do is from a risk reward point of view. And I do trade from a longer term point of view as well. So, if I don't really care about the whole inflation narrative with crude, what I'm more worried about is recession. As long as our economic data doesn't, completely get upended over the next couple of months, I'd rather be on the long side than the short side from here. As long as we're above $55, I think the risk is we head back into the mid 60s. So we have an inverted head and shoulder pattern. I know my risk. This is a 50% retracement. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll just go ahead and map it out for you. Just from that low to this high, it's a 50% retracement. And as long as we stay above that, we're carving out the right shoulder of a complex inverted head and shoulder pattern. It's complex because both the shoulders and the neckline are tilted. So you're going to get a naturally lower right shoulder. So therefore, I want to be on the long side. And so I'm going to get long crude here.
Okay, awesome. Love it. Gary, you following him same direction? And if so, again, you have the choice of position size here.
Yeah. So I'm going to just ask you, how much position sizes are you taking here, Blake? All right. So this
40.
is
I'm going long 40 contracts, buddy.
Yeah. I'm going to go 140. So I have to agree with Blake on this, right? Because if you take a look at the macro perspective on this, that we have taken out the lows down here. The market's gone ahead. The only thing is I'm seeing a little bit of rejection here off the top here. Price did move back down. There's still liquidity sitting over here. But this is a monthly time frame. Now this is 24-hour trade. So if I go down to the lower time frame, what we're seeing here is, and this is the daily time frame, I'm seeing here, and this is models that we teach on, and it's basically giving us an AMD setup here. So we've got the market creating accumulation here, and with the accumulation, with the accumulation that we have right here, we're looking for price manipulation. Price did manipulate, but it didn't come down to the lows. Didn't take out the lows, but it did come to this order block sitting over here. So we've got what I like to call my point of interest. So the market came to point of interest. Now, because we had accumulation here, we had manipulation, we're now looking for distribution. Our distribution target is up here at 65.94. So what I'm going to do is also look to buy, and what I intend to do is I look for sort of insufficiencies in the market, and we've got actually an inverted insufficiency here, where the market created this insufficiency on the left here, and we see it now being tested. This is, in my opinion, a definite buy, and 65.94 is the target to the upside. So, and what's nice about these, about the inverted fair value gap that's set up right here, is that it allows us to trade with tighter stop losses, and that's really what you're looking for when you're looking for these different sort of structures in the market. So we definitely have a buy model. The market's confirmed it. We see a market structure shift. We have change of character. Price is moving towards our distribution target, and that's at 65.94. So I'm going to go in, and let's see. So Blake, how many contracts did you go? You said
70. Just kidding. I'm joking. I don't know. 2, 3, 4,
All right.
5, something. Yeah,
What is all right? So I'm gonna just throw it in here. Let me see what I got here. Let's go with buy and see what it offers here. Let's see if I put a tight stop. Let's see if I go with the percentage risk on this one. And I'm going to risk, let's say, 10% of the account because it's only, I can go ahead and trade. No, that's not going to be the right. Sorry, 10% here.
We'll give you a second to work through it, Gary. No rush. Take your time setting it up.
All right, perfect.
And while you do that, just a heads up again, guys, we're giving away challenges throughout the stream. We'll go ahead and do our second one. We are giving away, again, another 5K free DNA-funded one-phase challenge. We're going to drop the coupon code here in the chat. Again, this is first come, first serve. And on the screen, we'll put up a QR code to where you can find out information. Remember, also, the Trading Battle 30% off offer is available for the next 72 hours. And the code for that, I saw it a second ago. It's TTB Special 30. TTB Special 30 for 30% off of any purchase in the next 72 hours. Thanks to our friends over at DNA Funded for sponsoring the Trading Battle. So yeah, grab it. It's first come, first serve. Voucher number 2 is up for grabs. It's a 5K one-phase challenge. First come, first serve. One person can grab it. And then we will, of course, push on to challenge number 3 here. And again, Blake, are you all good on getting your oil trades go?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just matching what Gary's doing and then adding double.
Right.
Gary.
It's a battle of position size here today. So we're
right. I can't wait to throw a zinger at him. Come on, give it to me.
Right.
Yeah,
well, with that said, we'll go ahead and push on to challenge number 3 here. And then of course we'll go from there. Again, let's go ahead and roll that. We'll go into challenge number 3. All right. So challenge number 3 is, of course, selecting from S&P 500, NASDAQ, Euro dollar, or gold. Got a wide selection here to go off of. I think Gary's still sorting out his trade here, Blake. So we'll come back to you for the first prompt here. Pick one to go long or short. Defend your choice and your trade. What are your thoughts?
This is a great question because in all actuality, I would rather be short the S&P right now, but knowing what's happening tonight, I'm not so comfortable. So I'm going to go with gold. And the reason why I'm going to go with gold, I'm going to just map it out for you guys. Technically, it's very easy to do for me, just because, when you live, eat, and breathe this stuff, it's, it's easy. So gold broke. This is a rising channel. You guys can see it, right? So what happened is we broke above that rising channel. We started to take off. We created a double top. Once that double top completed, which ended up being right about here, now it becomes a sell the rally kind of trade. And unfortunately, I feel a little late in the game trying to short it here, but I still believe that we just rode up on an escalator. We're going to come down on an elevator. So there's a little bit lower levels to go in the gold market. Now gold, it's got a lot of volatility. So this is the type of situation where you have to really be careful with your position sizing, because gold is having such big dramatic moves. So I'm gonna short it. We are now creating lower highs, lower lows. So now we're trading lower. This is actually what's called a throwover. A throwover is when you get outside of a channel and then you reverse back below it. So we've been playing the breakdown for the last several days. And just selling rallies. So I'm going to continue to do that with gold. So I'm going to short gold, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay, there you go. So taking the short on gold. Again, gold having one of its best years in history, really. I mean, it was up at 1.60%, but seemingly has lost a little bit of that momentum, turning back here. Blake is short. Gary, same question to you. What are your thoughts on? It could be gold, it could be S&P 500, whatever your choice is. What's your pick?
All right, I managed to get that trade in. So gold is interesting because gold, I'm really short term. We scalp every morning in gold, and we're really chasing after 0.5% on every morning session. So I do believe in the short term gold is selling off, but I want to try and be a little different to Blake today, just because we don't want to be all right in the same tree. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in a scalp trade here, and I'm going to try to see if I can find a. So I'm going to go long on gold. I'm going to try see if I can take a long on here just to be different. And I noticed we broke out of this fair value gap, so we've got an inversion right here. Price is coming out here to take out liquidity. So there's going to be a short-term move. Actually, we've taken liquidity out there. So I'm going to go long on gold. And I'm going to go ahead and trade based on, let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to trade based on this liquidity being swept here. So I'm going to go long on gold. And I'm going to target, let's do here. Let's go. I'm going to put, this is, by the way, this is not right yet. So margin based on margin, balance. I'm going to do 10 contracts on gold. And I'm going to go long here. And I'm in.
So there you go. We've got one long, one short. Some divergence here in terms of positions now. Of course, gold, like I said, really interesting topic this year because we had such a massive run up. So Gary, you're betting that the momentum can continue to the upside this year. And Blake is calling for further fade from those highs that we saw a couple weeks back. Really interesting stuff here, guys. Let's go ahead and give away here our third giveaway for the day. And stay tuned because we've got one last one after this. But up next, we've got this 5K coupon code being dropped in the chat. Again, you know the drill at this point. QR code on the screen, and first come, first serve. First person to grab this code, plug it in, gets a free 5K account with DNA Funded. It is a one-phase challenge that is up for grabs for stream viewers at this time. Voucher number 3, there's that code. It is in the chat right now. Good luck, and I hope one of you guys gets it. Well, I'm sure one of you will. So good luck. With that said, we are going to our lightning round, our challenge number 4. And Blake alluded to it earlier. I think it's one of our favorites always, the ambush round. And we need an ambush round in this battle. We've got some good competition going. So challenge number 4. Stay tuned. All right, so we are on to challenge number 4, which is the ambush round. Basically, each trader gets to choose the other trader's thing they're going to trade. So, Blake, you've taken the first stab, the last 2. So, in this case, let's let you choose for Gary first. What is Gary trading? He's got to trade what you ask him to trade, and long or short, whatever asset you give him.
And don't tell me the South African rand, all right?
Hey man, if you could trade the rand, it's actually one of my favorite pairs at times. But you know, you're going to either be a hero or a zero after tonight because of you got the BOJ and you also have the Xi Trump meeting. So I'm actually going to go with the yen, and I'm actually going to go with the euro yen. And the reason why I say the euro yen is because it's going to be either risk on or risk off. You know, risk on if things work out with China, should be pretty bullish for the euro yen. If things don't work out with China, you're probably going to see a bit of a sell-off with a big double top behind it. So that's my ambush for you, Gary. Euro yen. Have at it.
Okay. All right. So euro yen, you want me to short it or go long?
Yeah, it's up to you, man. That's it.
Oh, I thought you have to tell me the direction too. Oh, no, that makes this a lot easier. So I'm going to take a look over here quickly here. So again, we have an AMD setup. Here we have accumulation, market manipulates. We've got the high taken out, so buy side's been swept. And so the anticipation is that we're looking for a downside move. Now, this could be the top. It could not. We haven't got a confirmation yet. So, we don't want to try and pick tops. But because of this, because of today, I'm going to short the yen. And because I'm unsure I'm going to be a little sort of. I'm going to go with our standard 5 lots on this deal. 5 lots, short it, and I'm going to tighten up the target, and I'm going to tighten up the stop and take profit on this. So it looks like insufficient funds. Fantastic, because I've been over leveraging on other trades. So let's go ahead and try and do something different here. Let's take this one right here. All right, we've got enough margin to trade here. 1 contract. All right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a stop above the high for the day, so we don't put it on too much risk. And I'm going to put my target down here at the over there, and we're good. Actually, in fact, let me go to the 4-hour, and yep, I'm going to target the lows down here. So if we get a big move from tonight's meeting, hey, bonus.
There you go. Okay, so taking the risk off side of things, getting short euro yen. Gary, up to you now. What does Blake trade? He can choose to go long or short, whatever you give him, but you choose what he trades.
All right, I want you to go short on Ethereum, but I know I can't tell you the direction. I want you to go short on Ethereum, but you can. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the South African rand. You know, take the South African rand and try to figure out what the market's going to do on that pair.
God, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. And you know what? I have to add it to my list here because I did not have it added. So let me grab it really quick. So you know, anything that I do from a trading point of view, it's all risk defined. And in this case with the US dollar, South African rand, the lows are very well defined. I mean, you can clearly see the risk here. That doesn't mean I'm going to be right, but at least I can manage my risk appropriately. So I'm actually going to get long the dollar rand now. This one typically is going to work better if we have some risk off. So if Gary's short euro yen and I'm long US dollars, South African rand, we're probably both going to make money. But if the market goes down overnight, you know, following the Trump Xi meeting. However, like I said, I'm going to be able to manage my risk here. So I'm going to get long, stops below 17, and you know, looking for a move higher. Hopefully, we can break the 50 DMA that would allow for a really the thing to move, because you can see it's been capped by that 50 DMA for quite some time, actually since mid-August. So yeah, I'm going to get long.
Okay, getting long the dollar, South African rand. All sorts of different trades. Maybe, Gary, we could jump back over to your chart just for a second, just to give a little bit of an overview of where you guys are at with positions here. Give Blake a second. Just list off, if you could, what positions are you in for those who may be joining in late or just want to update?
Sure. So I'm in on the Euro JPY. Took a short on the Euro JPY as Blake. That was one of the pairs. And I'm currently shorting the Euro JPY. I'm thinking that we're going to have a short-term downside move on the news. It looks like it's setting up from a short-term. If I looked at the markets from a short-term perspective, we've actually taken out liquidity today. So there is some downside potential for the market to look for more liquidity down south. So I'm not too unhappy about that. I don't have a lot loaded onto that. Then I went long with gold, and it's only because the liquidity's been swept on the bottom. We're expecting a little bounce. I'm not saying that gold could go long-term bullish, but at least in the short term, I'm thinking that we're going to get a little correction on that. So I've gone long with gold, gone a little heavy on that, went with 10 contracts. And then I've gone long with oil, along with Blake as well, thinking that oil has definitely reached a insufficiency level, and that there's going to be a bounce off that insufficiency and push it a little wider and longer north. So go along with that. And then we've shorted the euro, looking for the euro to go ahead and hunt for some liquidity down south around about 1. I think I got my limit. I don't see a stop here on my gold. I'll put a stop in a minute there. But my stop with the euro is around about 1669. So chasing after 1586, not a far way down, but looking for 1493 as the target. We're trading at 1586.
Okay, there you go. And Blake, your turn in terms of kind of where you're leaving off as we're coming to the close of the battle. Show us your positions. There we go. List them out for us. What are your thoughts on everything?
Sure. First of all, I know where Gary's liquidity went, where all of his margin went. It was in that gold trade. I was like, man, that's
He's got a
big
good
position.
size. Yeah.
He's got a good size there. All right. I just got long, Gary, threw the dollar rand at me. So I am long. Unfortunately, the spread's pretty wide, but again, it's manageable risk. I know below 17, you got to get stopped out, but I've got 3 lots of that. I did short 1 lot of gold. As I explained, I'm now selling rallies. And I think the news that the Fed, when Powell said, a cut for December is just not for sure. Far from it. He said far from it. That, like, you can stick a fork in risk. And if something goes wrong with China and the US, you're going to see the dollar just rip higher as a result. I am long some crude. Unfortunately, they're pretty small positions, but inverted head and shoulder pattern. And then euro, I'm short, a decent 5 lot size. I just think the euro's, testing some triangle support, and the follow through you're going to get from the Fed, and from the Fed just kind of being way more hawkish. We were trying to figure out how he would be hawkish, and he pulled that one out of the hat today. So as he's hawkish, I'm long dollar. So it's either going to work really well for me, being short the euro, long the dollar rand, or not. So those are my positions.
Well, there you go. Noticed we didn't really take any indices trades, which may help or hurt both of you guys, considering in about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, we'll start hearing from Microsoft and Meta. So you have all sorts of catalysts after the bell here. So it is a big day. And speaking of big days, we've got something else big here. We got the 25K instant funded giveaway. This is the big one here. This is our last for the day. We're giving away a free, in the audience, our 4th out of 4 free giveaway here for a DNA funded challenge. So again, this is going to be first come, first serve, and we're about to drop it. So it's a 25K instant funded account. The coupon code is going to be dropped now in the chat. Again, this is first come, first serve. You'll also have a QR code on the screen. Scan that, get your access. Again, first person to get it gets it. And that will be our 4th and final giveaway for the day. So take advantage of that. And there it is. 25,000 instant funded code is live. Sluggy says he got it. Nice. Got it.
Nice.
Someone claimed it that quick. You were quick with it, Sluggy. Good stuff. Just a heads up too, in case you missed it, in case you didn't give a giveaway, as just a special thank you, and TTB's special birthday announcement here, they're going to be doing 30% off all purchases for the next 72 hours. So if you are looking to get funded and you want to check out DNA Funded, here is your chance to get up to 30% off. Well, 30% off all of their purchases, anything in their store, for the next 72 hours. Promo code is live. It is TTB special 30 for 30% off for a limited time. Okay. And then every purchase made during, and here's a little bit more details. Let me not forget this. Every purchase made during the DNA funded birthday celebration also places you in the draw to win either the grand prize of $5,000 cash, that is US dollars, or a share of $950,000 in challenge accounts. Crazy, some of the giveaways here that they are doing. And there is your chance. So enter with that promo code at checkout. You get 30% off, and you'll be entered into that grand prize potential. Okay, that is going to do it in terms of everything, guys. Any last final words from you guys would be appreciated. Your thoughts in general, Gary, about your positions, today's Fed meeting, and then also where people can find you, where they can follow up with you.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So, and I think the reason why I love these trade battles is that we get to show a little bit and showcase what we do, but we don't really get into the meat and potatoes of exactly how we do things day to day, our daily rituals and so on. And so I think it's important that there is a follow-up on this. And then the follow-up is, where do you find us? Where do you find Blake? Where do you find me? And what do we do every day? So just to give everyone sort of like an insight of what I do, I'm in the markets 24/7, right? So looking at my phone or looking at the news or whatever it is that we're looking at, but we trade in the mornings. And we focus in on NQ. We trade in scalp NQ. And, you spoke about funded accounts. We show traders how to be able to pass funded accounts within 2 weeks or to a month to parse fund accounts properly. We're not talking about trying to be stupid with the fund accounts, but really trying to figure out exactly what the market's telling you, understand price action, understand where the smart money is pushing, because a lot of the times when we look at the markets, we're looking at it from a retail point of view, and the retail point of view is not how you should be trading the markets. You have to think where the smart money is moving, and you have to understand why the market's moving. And I've spoken about the 4 reasons why price moves, and understanding those reasons is going to help you better understand why the market's doing what it's doing. A typical example, through all the fundamentals that took place today, NQ sold off and it went to what we call a fair value gap on a 4-hour time frame. Why does it go there? Why does the price move to that area? And if you knew and understand why the price is moving there, you'll be ready to start buying at that level, because that's where the buyers are sitting. And so it's those type of things that we teach you in live session, in live environment. We teach you formulas, models, trading models, buy-sell models, to understand NQ and be able to trade it. But we also trade gold. We have gold sessions. We trade gold, and we use funded accounts, just like DNA is what DNA is offering. We help traders to understand how to trade gold and how to build up the funded account or passive funded account by trading gold, but not trading long-term positions and not getting crazy like I did today, but really trying to understand small price action and benefit from those small moves, so that you can go ahead and chase after that 0.5% per day. And if your funded account has a target of 10% for the to get to pass evaluation, then 0.5% gives you a 20-day trading day that you can get done, and you can pass your funded account within that month. And so that's the idea. In fact, if you do 0.5%, you'll get funded within 2 weeks. It's going to take you 10 trading days. And so those are the things that we do that is important, is to understand price action, understand how to be able to use the tools that you've given and are available to you to trade, and use that to either pass funded accounts or to make actual income for yourself based on trading your own and managing your own portfolio. So everyone, if you're looking to get in touch with me, check out tradersnetworkclub.com, tradersnetworkclub.com, and that website will take you to everything we do. Send an email to us, support@tradersnetworkclub.com as well, and we'll address any questions you have.
There you go. Well, thanks, Gary. That's awesome. And again, good stuff. Blake, same question to you in terms of final thoughts of the day, things to think about, and where people can find you for follow-up and to learn more about what you do and how you do it.
All right. Well, first of all, I know you guys are all, whether you're trading live or you're trading and, you're trying to pass an assessment or doing some funded accounts, just remember there's a lot of risk over in the horizon, the next 24, 48 hours between central banks. As Nick pointed out, you got Google, Microsoft, Meta tonight after the close. So yeah, there's a lot of landmines. There's the China-US meeting. So you got to keep your head on a swivel, and even the BOJ tonight. So this is going to be one of those nights that I end up being in front of my computer 15, 16 hours a day. But if you want to know where to find me, Forex Analytics is with an X. Most people already know us via social media. Go to just follow us on Twitter or on X. You can go to our live shows. We do a live show every morning. I'm big about prep. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I live on the West Coast of the United States. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and every morning it's like throwing a puzzle, at me, and I have to take all the puzzle pieces, put it all together, figure out what happened overnight, and being informed, understanding the global macro environment, and then seeing if I can get the charts to match up the way that my views are pointed. So we prep you for the market every day, and it's live, and it's real time, and I've got my whole team. It's not just myself. My traders are ex bank traders, life floor exchange traders. We're all on the show. We're all debating back and forth, taking audience questions, and then from there, our host, Dale Pinkert, he does an interview every single day. He gets people that you normally would see on CNBC or Bloomberg, gets them for half an hour. They spend time on our show for 30 minutes, and we host it, and we've been doing it for 10 years. So come join us every morning. Forex Analytics, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'm PIPCZAR, which is Pipzar, which is a name that was given to me back when I first joined Twitter by some of our trading community. So anyway, that's where you can find me. And thanks to the trading battle, and thanks to DNA funding, because those are some damn good instant funding gifts that they donated today. So thanks to all the supporters here, and thanks to you guys.
Yeah, for sure. You guys are awesome. Thanks for again being a part of the trading battle, and to the audience, thank you guys for hanging out. You make it possible here for us to do this and to share, our love for markets each and every session. So with that said, I would ask also, if you enjoyed this, make sure there's more coming from the trading battle. Subscribe. This is not the end of it. Even though today's battle is over, we got much more coming your way. Make sure, if you want more giveaways, if you want more content, if you want more education, first and foremost, subscribe to the trading battle on YouTube. It is great free value coming your way in the future. Blake, Gary, thank you guys very much for joining me. Audience, thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you on the next battle. See you guys.
Thanks, Nick.